Hi guys, welcome back to Not Another Budget. I'm Nicole, and in this channel I am doing working my damnedest to get out of debt and get current on bills and get some money saved and try and ride out this really awful wave and this awful position that I've put myself in. Now, it's a very, action-packed video today. I've got lots of things I want to get to, but for the first thing that's the most important, thank you to everyone who has subscribed over the weekend. I ticked over 100 subscribers. At the time of filming, I think I'm up to 104, 105, around that. And that is completely outstanding to me, considering I only started this at the very beginning of this month. And I started because everything else I'd done had failed. I wasn't holding myself accountable, so therefore no one was holding me accountable either. And I'd been so heavily inspired by people, particularly on the UK platforms and the UK side, who had been budgeting. And I've still got so many more people that I need to watch because I like to start from the very beginning and then go all the way through and get that journey and look at what works and what people are doing and invest kind of in people's what they're doing and I guess things like that. And so I just felt overcome and just went, right, okay, I've got to put this out there because nothing's changing. I'm not doing money right, and I don't know if you can do money right, but I certainly know the way that I was doing things was not good in any way. And September, I knew going into it was going to be such a weird month. I'm currently signed off sick and have been signed off sick since the end of August, and it is looking like I'm going to be off sick for until the end of September at the very least. And that has affected my ability to pick up overtime. I've taken on freelancing work. I've had to try and figure out what's going on with my budget. My expenses have been higher or lower because I'm not out at work. So there's been a huge plethora of change that's already happened in September, and we're only up to, today is the 20th. So we're not even done with the month and things have already changed. And I just know that I wouldn't have been able to get through this month in the way that I have done so far without doing this and without everyone's comments. And I am still working my way slowly through responding to comments. At the very least, I have tried to and then just bookmarked, say, okay, yes, I'll get back to that person. The amount of people who've reached out directly offering really useful advice or have made me stop and consider things a certain way, or in some cases have made me do a complete 180 and pivot against something. So thank you so much for everyone who has subscribed and is following me so far. And I hope that I can keep on going with this and see where it takes me. So today I have got my mini September week to close out, which is September week 3, because it's a 5-week month for me. So I've got to close out that one. I've got a little bit of cash stuffing to do, some savings challenges and Happy Mail, and some September week 4 setting up. So without further ado, now that that is done, let's dive into it. So my main goals this week were to complete and invoice the freelancing work, and that was an urgent one, and I did that. And I didn't list every day, but there was an overall average of 20 items listed on Vinted. There is going to be some camera shake today. I am sorry about that. I did try clamping it onto a more stable platform and the angle was awful and the lighting not great. And then spend 2 hours a day being creative, and that happened as well. And so therefore I did that, and therefore this worked. So my wages were £884. There is that shortfall there. That is going to come on my October wage, so we won't be seeing the extra money from that anytime soon. The freelancing was actually £155, and then I received 2 gifts, and I will tell you about that in a moment. But therefore my overall income was £1,079 for the week. Now, I felt like this week I have had money on my mind every single day, and it did affect my sleep, but I was so paranoid that something would come out of my account or something I hadn't factored in, because the big thing that I needed to pay was my rent, and that is £850. So believe it or not, that is actually one of the cheapest rents for this area. I am not in any proximity to London at all, but we have almost equivalent pricing on rents in this area. It's sickening, genuinely sickening how expensive it is to rent, particularly if you're in a solo income. And I have a great sized house for that, and that is still below market value for what I am paying. Now, I did have to look at, in June of this year, the possibility of moving out of the house because there was a discussion over rent increases and what I could get. And believe it or not, for a 2-bedroom house, this is what I currently pay. For a 1-bedroom flat on the current market that was being advertised, it was £870 in this area. So I have a lot of house for not a lot of money, but it is a lot of money out of my budget, but the rent was paid. Now, one thing I have really had to look into, and what's really now staring me in the face as I've started doing this journey, and this is going to be a longer video, guys, so if you're not here for it, although there's a lot going on, I'm going to need to give explanations along the way. So if you need to come back to this or you don't want to watch a longer form video, don't worry, I'll see you next time. But I have come to the realisation that when I made the decision to go off and study an incredibly niche, super niche degree, and then tailor it to my working field that I've been in for the past decade, that I am now no longer working in, it's made employers not know what to do with my CV, and therefore not know what to do with me as a candidate, because they can't tease out essential skills or desirable traits that I may or may not have in relation to their job role. So, and throughout the past decade, when I was balancing a freelance career in film and television, I would pick up retail jobs, and those, do you know what? Retail jobs have always saved me, because whenever I've needed a job quickly, I've always been able to take it on and do it, and they've come to the rescue. And that is what I currently have now. It was a snap decision to leave the industry. Oh, damn it, I need money. I'll go back into retail for the time being. And you know what? 4 years ago, a full-time retail wage, you may have struggled to get by, but you would certainly have been able to get by. And if I did not have the freelance income that I'm currently picking up on a weekly basis, I would be in serious financial trouble, more serious financial trouble than I already am. But because I have this really niche degree, and we only get, I guess, one round of funded education in the UK, I used it on a really niche creative degree, guys. Like, creative production costume is my degree. Yeah. But I have no intention of moving to London and trying to utilise that degree in that area. So I've been thinking for a while that I need to certainly retrain, go back to college, get an additional qualification with a guaranteed income. I was toying between something marketing related or accountancy / bookkeeping. And it was something I'd started to look into. And then because of the health issues that I'm having, I missed the local application deadline and start date for my local college. And for UK viewers, you'll know what that means. But if I have any US viewers, our college isn't university. College is from ages 16 to 18, and you can either go and study things like trades or other qualifications, hair and beauty, plumbing, things like that, mechanics, or you can take an academic route and go down sixth form and get your traditional kind of history, geography, whatever. So college isn't college. College to you guys is university to us. So this is 16 to 18. And although I would have been eligible for a fully funded place because of my age, because I missed that deadline, and I did speak to them this week, and they can't take me onto the course, and there is no January acceptance. So my dad very kindly paid and gave me the money for a deposit for an online college that is going to allow me to do a level 2 AAT qualification. I will then have to factor in the monthly payments myself. He just went, well, this is the most seriously you've talked about anything for quite a while. the deposit is £26.97. I'll pay that, but then it is on you to carry on doing it and cover those costs. And if you don't achieve it, it's on you basically. So I'm going for level 2 AAT, and at some point I will need to start saving for a level 3 AAT qualification with the intention of becoming an accountant. So that is something that I'm going to need to factor in, but that is something that is now on there, and that is not going to be anything that's going to affect my income within the next year or so, but I am going to start making those changes to try and double or hopefully triple my annual income if I can. So we paid the rent and we paid that, and that's a very long-winded way of saying that's what happened. And then at the same time as well, although I paid for my haircut, my dad then gave me the money for my hair, which was only £10, so that is that there and there. So, 10 minutes in, really waffly, I'm studying level 2 AAT. Let's fingers and thumbs crossed for me, please, because it's been over a decade since I've been in any form of education. My brain is slightly hurting. So, I have, therefore, £202 to carry over, technically. Fuel was £24.72. Food was £82.81. I don't mind it being slightly over. That was okay. I didn't spend anything on coffee. The cat was £8.75, so slightly less. I wasn't able to get him any dry food though, but he should be fine this week. Household was 21. It was £1 over. That's fine. Spendy was only £6.40. I actually didn't do anything more than what I'd planned to spend, which was to send a couple of recorded letters, and then my hair was £10, but like I say, I got that in. So I had a balance of £48.35 left over, and I did say that I was going to do a rollover. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be putting the coins, say hi, which we're not going to do straight away. We're going to be putting the coins in my various little savings challenges that I've got going on, because I've also had some Happy Mail, so I can now do that. But what I'm going to do first is then take you to my week 3 budget. So yeah, it was a good, really concentrated 4 days. I just got my head down and worked as hard as I possibly could to get the freelancing work done. And I did then sleep for 14 hours on Sunday because I definitely overdid it. And therefore that is why this video is a couple of days late, because I also didn't film anything yesterday or get planned at all. So paid my rent. We've got that going on. I've just got to. I am in this house until at least June 2024. So I have got to make it work. And when I was looking for jobs in this area, just generally, there were at least finance-based roles that required a level 2 or level 3 AAT that would already give me double my salary a month. So I've got to try and do something to get my income up. I am 30. I've got the rest of my life ahead of me. I've had a really fun 20s where I had some really amazing once-in-a-lifetime experiences. I've worked in an industry which, you know, has so many ups and downs, but do you know what? The good times were great, and so many stories I can't tell because non-disclosure agreements, but I loved it until I didn't love it anymore, and until it was no longer good for me. And it is definitely a young person's game, and I'm 30 and I'm saying that. Yeah, it was great, but it's time to move on with the rest of my life now. And I, unfortunately, with the stubbornness of youth, when I'll niche down, it's fine. Oh God, no. So that is where we're at. So we have £40 that I'm rolling over. We'll get back to the 1p challenge in a moment, and that takes us to this week. So I'm just going to have a sip of water very quickly. So we've got a couple of things going on this week. The main one is my council tax is due. So this week is running from yesterday the 19th to the 25th, which is Sunday. My goals are to complete and invoice freelancing work because I've got another delivery coming in today. I may not complete all of it, but I will have to do some of it. I want to I really need to get working on my stamina and my health and my strength and my lung capacity. So whilst I can talk great on these videos and I can kind of keep it going, what you don't see when I'm gone is me just kind of passed out in a asthmatic heap afterwards. So I need to start building that up again. I've got some advice from doctors that I will be following, and I'm going to clean 1 room a day. I am signed off sick until the end of September, so that gives me 2 weeks to really start building that stamina and that energy and that strength and that lung capacity. So the house needs doing. I've been nesting in it now for 4 weeks. It needs to be done. With frequent breaks yesterday, it took me 9 hours to clean my kitchen, and my kitchen wasn't bad. Like, I'd kind of kept on top of it. So that kind of tells you what we're dealing with here, guys. And I want to spend 1 hour a day being creative. That really did work, and that was a really nice balance. And even if it was just in the evening, you know, just on Canva, just doing random stuff, that was fantastic. And also as well, like, I don't know about anyone else, but I've got the urge to just go back and rewatch The Crown. Because Queen Liz. Anyway, she was beautiful. Like, she was stunning in her youth. In fact, she was stunning all along, but yeah, like that first 2 seasons of The Crown, I'm like, oh, the costumes. Anyway, yeah, fun fact, something I worked on behind the scenes because they filmed in my area. Anyway, can't talk about that. So yeah, so I want to spend 1 hour a day on Canva while I watch The Crown. I'm in a really good mood, actually, and the cat has just kind of come to say hi. So we've rolled over £40. Now I'm going to use the rollover to fund my kind of flexible expenses this week. And what I'm going to have to do, because council tax, when I said that I wanted to pay off my BT bill, I forgot that the same week it was due, my council tax was due. And council tax is on a special arrangement. I have to pay this on time, because if I don't, it progresses to the next stage, which is a court liability order, and that potentially means bailiffs. And we want to avoid that. So whilst I want BT up and working and running again, so I can run my printer and not use my neighbour's Wi-Fi and get a bit of debt chunked off, I need to pay my council tax. So that is the priority. So the Vinted funds were sitting and waiting to go towards a payment. So I'm going to pull £80 out of Vinted. There is not the full amount in there to cover the full amount. And I also want to leave some balance to put towards BT, because that was why I did it. So I'm going to take £80 from Vinted, and then I'm going to do some freelancing work and get to the £85 that it's there. This is technically not due until the 26th. However, that is a Monday, and it takes up to 3 days for the payment to arrive on their system. So I want to pay this at some point this week so that there is no confusion and it is all there and it is paid on time. Do excuse me. So my projected income is £205. I will carry on going with the freelancing. If I'm well enough to do it, I'll just carry on going and we'll see where we get to. But £85 is what I need to earn from there. And my only fixed bill this week is council tax. So that's £165, leaving us the £40. And I hope you can all see this properly. So, fuel, I'm fine. I've still got over half a tank. The cat is fine. He doesn't need anything. His dry food is not, like, he'll manage until the end of the week, and he's got enough wet food and treats. Coffee, I am meeting a friend coffee at the end of this week, so I will take that £10, but I didn't spend it last week, so I've just rolled that over. Spendy is getting 10, there's nothing that I want or need, and food is getting 10, and that will just cover fresh. Now, I do have £10 left, and there was nothing, like, I did a big top up on household last week, I did a big restock on food. There's nothing that I need or want. So what I've decided to do, because I would like to do some stuff to the house next week, I'm actually going to put £10 in a savings envelope, and that is the first one that I have done. So I'm going to give myself a little applause, and if you find that really cringy, I'm sorry. It's just the mood I'm in today. So I'm going to give myself a little bit of applause because that is a big one. So I'm quite pleased about that. It's nowhere near what I need, but it's a start, and we have to just start these things. So that is that. So that is week 3 budget reconciled, week 4 budget done. So let's get to the money. Now, I have already emptied out my binder because I had to just work out what was change and what was not. So we have, this is my out and about binder, and then this lovely thing is also my spending savings binder. But actually, do you know what? First of all, let's do some Happy Mail. So I was waiting on 3 bits of Happy Mail. This isn't an additional order. This is things that I was just waiting to arrive. So, and with the bank holidays and things, there's all been delays. So I have gone through and crossed out and just hidden and removed invoices and things that may have personal information. But the first one up is from the lovely Budget with Zoe. And this is my 50p challenge and my £1 challenge. And I elected to get them laminated but not hole punched because I want them to actually sit in my zipper wallets. So this is lovely, and actually I can already start this because I've been saving my 50p's. So we will actually do this one today. So I'm going to put this one over there. And yeah, these are just lovely. They were perfect for my income level. And I just found them really useful. Her shop is really well designed and laid out, and she's got a real amazing set of tasks and challenges that people can take on. So that is Budget with Zoe, and that is lovely. So let me just get rid of that. This next one is from Misfit Design Studios, from Francesca, and these are, and again I have opened already. Do excuse the cellophane. Okay, so we have a lovely business card there from Misfit Design Studios, and that is lovely. And I elected to get a rollover savings challenge in the blue, and then the £5 savings challenge, and that gives you a total of 3,500 and 1,750. I don't intend to start these yet because I'm not at the point where I can comfortably do that. However, some of my long-term sinking funds, this is where I will utilise that, and I just thought, you know, £5 and a rollover, that is perfect for me. And again, I went with hole punched and laminated. She does different colour variations of these, and you can also elect to just get them not laminated, not hole punched, however you like. And she's just got a really great little store. So Misfit Design Studios, really highly recommend. In fact, I highly recommend everything that I have bought from a Happy Mail perspective. And then the last one, say everything, yeah, is the really lovely Budget with Shah, and there's a beautiful little treat yourself challenge there, which is a beautiful little freebie and a thank you, and that's everything that you need to see there. Her YouTube is wonderful. She's just so calming. So I love watching her, and I've just seen her latest video release for the Christmas workbook, and I had to stop myself from going and buying. So I do have the September challenge. I do accept that September is nearly done. So what I am going to do is I'm actually going to start this one today with the house savings, and we will just go from there. I don't think I'm going to get to the full total, but this is what I'm going to put. This is my little house savings envelope, and I'll just carry on going, and even if we're into October. So yeah, so this is just lovely, and it's autumnal, and September and October and most of November are my favourite seasons, and favourite months, and I love autumn, and yeah, it just makes me happy. So I have this as well. So that brings my overall Happy Mail haul to what I hope is quite a considered set of realistic, reasonable, engaging challenges. There were so many that I'm seeing, and there are so many that I want, but I have just got to be really smart with my spending at the minute. And whilst I can leave personal spending money in there, and there's nothing stopping me from spending my personal spending money on Etsy at all, my priority really does need to be for the next couple of weeks the house. So looping it back round to 100 subscribers, I'd wanted to do a giveaway, but to be honest, I didn't expect to get there this quickly. So there will at some point be a giveaway, but I'm afraid you are going to need to give me a little bit of time just to get the funds in where I can passively pull things together and pull a giveaway together and do something that I'm really proud of, that I am happy to do. I also have no idea how to do a giveaway, so I need to look into that. So at some point there will be a giveaway, and we will just go from there. But I'm not going to make any promises because I have to get current and I have to pay my bills and keep on top of things. So I promise you we'll get there because I want to do something to thank you guys for watching, but it just may not be there that quickly. I tell you what, let's review it at Christmas. We'll do a couple of giveaways at Christmas. One will be a backdated subscriber giveaway and one will be wherever we're up to there. Let's do that. Okay, guys, I've said it on camera. You have to hold me to it. And I now need to factor that into my spending. But hey, these are lovely and I'm really, really chuffed with these, and I maybe will get myself something out of my spending money at the end of the month when I next get paid. So that's the happy mail, and we're up to 25 minutes. Okay, that's fine. So let's do a cash stuffing. Now, if you remember last week, I didn't have enough £5 notes because the cash machine didn't give me any. I have a digital only bank, so I can't just go into my bank and get the exact breakdown of notes that I want. So what I did was I swapped out pound coins for the note, and that gave me the correct amount. And I thankfully, which is why I had to check before I started the video and de-stash, have the right amount here. So I'm taking out £10 and I am putting £10 back in, and we will come back to you in a minute. So that is now back to where it should be, and I now have some cash stuffing to do. So this is only going to be a really minor cash stuffing video, but I wanted to do it so that it is done. So we've got £10 sitting in food, cat is getting nothing, fuel is getting nothing, household is getting nothing, coffee is getting 10. And again, if I don't spend all of this, because I am only going out once this week, that will easily cover a coffee and a slice of cake with some change, but what I have found is £10 just does it. Spendy is getting 10. Beauty is getting nothing. I won't be having a haircut now for the rest of the year, so she took about 3 inches off my hair. Oh goodness, no, don't do that. She took about 3 inches off my hair, and that would just allow it to carry on growing out healthily. I may dye up my hair at some point, but that is it. Eating out is getting nothing. Back to bank gets nothing. So that is a nice and light envelope, and that is just going to sit there. And now we come to my spending sinking fund envelope. So at some point all of these envelopes are going to be stuffed to be spent. Now we'll be coming back to rewards at some point because I have 50p's. So rewards is getting nothing, self-care nothing, days out nothing, cat nothing, road trip nothing, gifts nothing, happy mail nothing, health nothing, my birthday nothing, clothing nothing, house £10. So that's going in there, and what I may do actually as well is, because I have stuff that we can, let's do the mushroom, do that there. And pop that in there. So actually, let's see, as I've got you here, let's try and sort this out. So we've got my £5 savings challenge. Bear with me 1 minute, guys, because this is just a spur of the moment thing while I'm here. The room I'm in today is actually the room that is going to be dealt with, because what you can't see is there is about a stack this high on my windowsill, just right there. And that's all my budgeting stuff, and it is a mess. It's so bad. So we'll pull that out. That's my long-term sinking fund folder. So let's have a look and go through. Now I want to keep 50p is going to be rewards, because what will happen, although my target for this is only £10, once I've crossed off £10 on here and this is full, I'll then just move this along to another envelope, and the same will be actually for the £1 challenge. Self-care we're going to keep to one side. Mandala challenge, hi. Treat yourself. Holiday isn't needed. Self-care isn't needed yet. Emergency fund, long-term, another mandala, long-term. Okay, so you're all my long-term ones for now. So we'll pop you just there. How is everyone doing? Did anyone watch the ceremony yesterday? I didn't shed a tear. I've shed all my tears, but I felt like we did good. Like, as a nation, we pulled it off. I think it's something like the most highest level security operation kind of anywhere on earth. And I was like, okay, that is pressure and a half, and we did it. So I'm going to put the Treat Yourself Little Self-Care Sinkings Fund tracker in there. And this is a free challenge from Simple Budgets, who needs to stop putting things out because I want stuff. In fact, everyone I bought from wants stuff, and they're people I haven't bought from yet, and I still want stuff. Like, I don't need anything from Budget with Ira, but I'm looking at his things going like, yeah, but I could. Like, stop creating things, guys. Anyway. And weirdly, considering I'm off sick, I'm also behind on TV. I've got House of the Dragon to watch. I'm not watching Rings of Power. No. Like, if anyone wants, like, good TV and you were scarred by Game of Thrones Series 8, like I was, give House of the Dragon a try. It's a completely new team. The writing is amazing. The costumes are superb. And I know the team behind that as well. And they just did a fantastic job as well. Days Out. You need a sinking fund placeholder. So I've been doing Bank of Mum for about a month now, and there is £50 already in there. I haven't yet laminated these, but we can pop these in. This video has taken a turn. I didn't quite realise it would be this, but hey, that's fine. Are you going to fit? Please fit. You might fit. So there's already £50 in Days Out, because I've just said to Mum, please keep hold of that for Warner Brothers Studios, which is still happening. So yeah, I've got House of the Dragon to catch up on. I need to go back and rewatch Charmed. Anyone who's who's like a 90s and outies baby, Charmed. Oh my goodness, I need to go back and rewatch it. And Buffy as well. Cat is getting nothing. Road Trip is getting nothing. Gifts, ooh, no. Happy Mail is... Tell you what, let's do... The mandala challenge I'm going to keep out because I am about to colour that in. And the same with the 50p challenge. But I'm actually going to put the mandala challenge towards Christmas, I think. And then let's do the £1 challenge towards... Can't decide. Days Out. Actually, that's cheating because I've already fully funded it. So no, we won't do it towards that. Let's put it towards Road Trip. So I think that's a similar amount. So yeah, I've got TV to catch up on. Which I never thought I'd say that, considering all I, realistically can do is just sit and watch TV, but it loses its allure after a while. So I'm currently rewatching The Crown, and I've got other stuff to catch up on. So what are you guys watching? And also, are you ready for Christmas yet? Is anyone else? I'm kind of half there, which is why I'm not rushing to fund the Christmas sinking fund envelope yet, because I'd already, prior to starting this budgeting thing, bought some Christmas presents. And equally, like, if I don't spend 50 quid at Warner Brothers, which I didn't last time I went, I spent a £5 and bought a face mask, and it was Slytherin because that's my house, because I did a huge crush on Draco Malfoy, and Jason Isaacs has aged really well. Sorry guys, probably too much information, but yeah, Naughty's Jason Isaacs was my crush. So yeah, I was Slytherin because hello Malfoys. So we'll get that back for just a second. So those things that you never knew you wanted to know about me and probably still don't. So, okay, emergency fund needs to be 1,000. So where are you? There we go. So my emergency fund is going to sit in this one. I feel like it just makes sense to do this now. 100 subscriber special, a super long video where I try not to panic. Holiday is... I do have one for a holiday. Where are you? Here. And again, that's one that's not getting stuffed for a while. None of these are going to be stuffed for a while, actually. 1,000 for bills, though. That could work. You there. The wedding, Wedding may be off, guys. Because what I thought I would do is I would message said bride and say, hey, where exactly is the venue? Because I can maybe try and look at reserving a place and getting costs in. Obviously reserving without paying, and then saying to people like, come in, I can sleep 5, blah, blah, blah. And the response I got was, I can't talk about the wedding right now. It might not be happening. Chat later. Okay, so wedding's not being funded for a bit. Month over, I think I said 1,700 would comfortably do it, and this is 1,750. So I'm not going to say from month over in 5s. That might hurt my brain. But there we are, 1,750 for that one. So that is ideal. Car care can have... We'll just pop you there for now. It may be a little bit too much. And again, none of these are fixed just yet. Loan is one from Mum, and I did say I was going to slowly... No, the loan... No, that's not right. Dad gave me the money for that one and it's not returnable. So ignore me, I'm muttering to myself. Technology, no. Car fund, 3,500. Yeah, we'll just stick you there for now. And self-care, so we're going to put the free ones and self-care to one side for now. So that is that. So slight segue there, guys, sorry about that, but it's good to do these things. And Amazon quality is just not good. Okay, and those are my 3 remaining ones. So okay, so I've completely lost my train of thought because I've been nattering too much. Okay, we're going to do penny challenge. So what I'm first going to do is I have all of this change here. I'm going to immediately pull out the 50p's and the pounds because they have a separate job to do. I'm so behind on everyone's videos, and I've got so many that I need to start watching that are queued up on my watch list, and I just need to do it. It was great to actually have on when I was cleaning yesterday. I got caught up with both Budget with Ira's studio vlogs plus his check-ins, and then I got caught up on Moo budgets and then learning to live life on a budget, and Scottish Mama budgets, and she is just the loveliest and has just done amazingly. Like, her channel has just gone zoop, and that is because she is a lovely person. So that is my, like, please go follow her because she is genuinely lovely and her tortoise is cute. There are no real cat interruptions yet. He's generally very good about not walking across the table unless he's hungry, and he has been fed. So I have a cluster of change here. We have my rainy day fund. These were from B&M's actually, and I think they are still there. So we're just going to move you there. So what do I have? Let's pull out my... I try and go via denominations if I can, because my brain likes it. Yay, neurodivergent brains. So I have 9 pence in coppers. So we have 6 and 3. Let's just make sure I've got all of that. Yep. And I believe I do have 9p. So there's going to be a little bit of table shake while I colour in. I am sorry about that. It's not the same red either. I can't find the pen. So we've got 9p in coppers. I am going to put these in here for now, just because as soon as I've done recording this, I actually want to get to work on cleaning and sorting this room. So I don't want to have to do it as I go. So just bear with. There's going to be a bit of noise. So you're in there. I have 10, 20. I already have 30p in 5p's. But I haven't yet used the 5. So I have 30p in 5p's. I haven't used the 25 and I haven't used the 5. So there's 30p going in. And we're going to colour that one. These are my awful pens. Where's my nice ones? Probably in the pit of the room that you can't see. So that's 30p going in there. I have 10, 20, 40, and I have used the 40 and the 30 and the 20. So 40p in 10s, 20, 30, 60, 80, 1, £1.20, £1.60. Is that free? Yes, it is. So I will just do £1.60. And to be honest, I'm happy for this to just be a slow burner. I'm not going to give it a set amount. The only thing, or a set job, what I will probably do at the end of October is go through and see, can I fill a bank coin bag in 20p's, for example? And if I can, pay it in and then put a placeholder in and put it into one of these. That's how I'll probably do that. So that is the 1p challenge, and that is ticking along nicely, and I'm okay with it ticking along slowly. So the next thing I think we should come to is the 50p's. Now these are going into rewards, and same again, what I will do is once I hit the £10 in 50p's, because I think that is the bank cash bag limit, I will take that along and swap it out for an actual note and put that in there. So what one do I need? I need this one. So how much do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's £4.50, I think. So we're going to just cross through, and again, these are laminated, so I'm quite pleased with that. I don't mind reusing these ones. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that is getting there. And rewards is just a little bit of guilt-free. You've paid off something, go buy a pair of novelty socks. Or a nail varnish, or just a little bit of something to keep me going. Not everyone does this, but it's just something that I think will help. So that is going to sit just there, and I can see what that is, and this is why I really like the zippers. And then we come to the mandala challenge. I do hope I've got the right pens. And we have £1, £2, £3, £4, £5. So let's go with these ones. And someone said something about colouring in the lines in one of my comments. It's just practice. Like many years of being a costume illustrator and working with colour and fine detail. And there are creators and people out there who do it digitally, and I just loved doing it this way. It's kind of like a precision that makes my brain go, oh, we like. There's a lot of brain talk on this channel, if you hadn't already realised. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to need to get some lighter colours in. I wanted to carry on, but I can't. So that's good, actually. So we are up to £19, if my maths is correct in here. So that is growing quite quickly. So once we have completed the challenge, we'll see how we are doing there. And you know what? I am just going to just tuck this at the front, because I haven't yet decided where it's going. I need to think about that. And I also need to do a sinking fund and debt and income update. There's lots of things that I need to think and film and do, and I'll get there, I promise. I just need to get on top of my house right now, and Vinted and money and things. But thank you so much for a very action-packed, currently 43-minute long video, so it's going to run to my longest, but it is not a scatty, chatty plan with me, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. I had a lot that I had to get done today, and I'm about to completely gut and try and go through and clean and sort this room, and I would have just lost everything that I needed if I didn't. And it will actually have a home rather than just piled up on that windowsill there. But yeah, I'll put progress. I'll add it to my stories on my Instagram. So if anyone is following me over on there, I am not another budget, because it wouldn't let me have all one word. So if you want to see a little bit of actually my house, then, and if you're nosy and if you like that, and I am absolutely like that, like give me the house videos, please. I'm a nosy Parker and I have no shame in admitting it. I want to see how people do their house. If you're interested in how much of a state my house is right now and what I have to clean, then do feel free to come over and check out my Instagram stories over there. I need to carry on posting, actually. I just got my head down and just focused on working last week. And that really was the priority, is not having to go to my guarantor and be like, please lend me money because I can't pay my rent, but I've done other things instead. Those days are behind me. But I am going to go before we tick over to like 50 minutes and I have a really long outro. Thank you so much for watching. It has just been... I did like a little happy dance when I got the notification through because I just hadn't paid attention to my YouTube all weekend. And so thank you so much for subscribing, to every single one of you. I will get on top of the comments, I promise. And I will see you for the next video, whatever that is at this rate. But I'm going to love you and leave you. Have a wonderful day, guys. And I hope that your budgeting is going superbly. Bye-bye.